Distant Star, Revenant Fleet. It's a space fleet roguelite. I'm not gonna say roguelike because, well, it seems that people have different definitions of that genre. And you're an Akari ship commander or fleet commander. And partway through my journey to the Erebus platform, an Orthani super weapon, which is endangering the destruction of my homeworld. I am thrown out of interspace and I have to defend myself against an enemy fleet. This game is a 2D real-time with active pause like this, tactical mode, by pressing space. It's a fleet kind of a game. The fleet persists from mission to mission, from sector to sector. You gain experience. It was just added. Experience was just added in the newest 4.4 alpha version. And the game is very clearly inspired by both FTL in its overarching structure. You move from sector to sector. You encounter some choices. Depending on what choices you make, you get different outcomes of your randomly generated, or maybe not randomly generated, just randomized encounters. And Homeworld, well, it's pretty clear if you look at the art style. The art style is very painterly, clouds in space, all the good stuff. And the first mission was to survive, and we achieved that objective. It was an ambush. You have been betrayed by your war leader. And now we have to lead Akari to victory, fight your way across the galaxy and destroy the Erebus platform before the Orthani use it to annihilate your homeworld, Eos, and they secure the sacred Ark forever. So it's a standard sci-fi, throw you right into the middle of a story kind of a deal. And that, I quite like this kind of storytelling. We got all the different ship combos, ship types available. Our bread and butter assault, Kasari, and a Lancer. I do like the combo of assault and Lancer. Lancer is a long range, very squishy, long wind up, high damage, sustained damage, beam kind of a ship. And I like to fly it with a rogue, Sumanek. That's a really cool name. Actually sounds like a Polish surname, like, you know, Adam Sumanek, from Polska. Rogue ships do not start with any offensive capability, but they do have a photon blast which strips the enemy off their shields. There's also tech ships that debuff in an AoE, pulsar ships which give out buffs, dreadnoughts which are tanks, and carriers. The dreadnoughts specializes in drawing enemy fire and can withstand a lot of it, and carriers which launch pesky little fighter ships to suppress enemy shields. Right, this is a very reminiscent of FTL. This is a sector map. I'm gonna go through the top because I saw a supply depot on the way. Orthani forces have fortified themselves in the surrounding asteroids. The identities of several high-ranking Orthani captains are registered here. Taking them out would severely curtail Orthani progress in the area. Huh. let's try and capture all the asteroid colonies. I'm gonna get us some early game experience. The one thing I also very much like about this game that they whoops, we have contact already. And what I liked about this game is that they took a good guide from Total Annihilation guidebook, I guess, and they made it so your ships do not have like voice messages for "yes sir" and "right away sir." They have those very cool robot-like sounds, like sounds like almost saying YOLO or something. It's pretty nice. It doesn't get so tiring as sometimes like human voices do. So now I'm gonna try and pull this big guy into my lancer's range. That's gonna be good enough. I'm gonna take out his shields and lance him. And look how fast his structure is gonna drain. It was quite fast there. Now I'm gonna pull everybody together to get rid of those fighters before they strip me of my shields completely. There is no save function in this version, so I'm not gonna go into... I'm just gonna show you the world map. And there we have some very nice sun ray effect there. I do like all the parallax effects going on. Makes it so makes the game look quite three-dimensional, even if the gameplay is actually on a two-dimensional plane. So I'm gonna shoot those mines a little bit and prepare to fight by putting my lancer in this little corner here. Maybe pull some enemies closer to me. So let's take out these guys. Shields. Let's pump up our DPS. This is one of the active abilities of a assault ship. I'm gonna pull my lancer a little bit closer. If only did that. And now I can lance the big ship. Finish him off. It's very... you do have to micro quite a lot because flying around makes it possible to avoid enemy fire somewhat. To an extent. And, well... the shields regenerate completely. They don't go smoothly from 0 to, well, full. They after a cooldown they just go straight up right away, so you have to always finish off enemies as fast as you see then an opening for you. So let's concentrate on this big ship here. Let's move away from this lancer ship as well. Now I'm in a FPS destroying some kind of a AoE attack that drains my shields. But with this, I think we're gonna be okay. We'll just lance this little vessel there. And let's pull everybody together. Get those little fighters dealt with and proceed to the first colony. I do also like the emergency siren very much. I mean, it really sounds like, oh shit, the enemy is here. We have to get out. Right, so let's pull my assault ship in. I'm gonna actually go attack this little lance frigate here, so it doesn't get a shot against us. And now we can pull our scout Sumanic in. It's not gonna be needed right now, so let's lance this guy before he regenerates his shield. And okay, we only sustained a little sliver, I think, of damage to the hull of Kasari, our assault ship. But that may actually be a little bit of a visual bug there. Yeah, the one thing that the game does not do well is it always runs at your full desktop resolution, and I play it as when I record, I play in 720p, so most of the text gets a little bit blurry. It really shows that they did not use assets for different resolutions, they just downscaled. And with that menacing siren, we get another enemy force approaching. Let's get rid of those shields, and we have to also pull Sumanic out right away because it got, well, the same happened to him as he did to the enemy. He got stripped of the his shield. So try and move away. Oh, we're gonna get our lance. Just 1 second. Oh, it's quite bad. Have to watch out for our scout to regenerate its shields. I'm gonna wait for that, and that was the audio cue for our shields to regenerate. Yeah, the art style really works. I think in a 3D game it would be a little bit less readable, but it is very serviceable for what the game is. Okay, we got another siren, and the enemies emerged without shields, so it's just gonna capitalize on that right away. Pull out our Lancer, because the enemy seems to be targeting him. Nice and easy. Another wave destroyed. Yeah, the one thing that's gonna mess you up is gonna be the fact that the enemies you can overpull enemies and you're gonna have a bad time. Or just a careful management of where you move. You're gonna be just fine. And now this guy regenerated shield. So we're gonna move our fast-moving scout to lend a helping hand here and get this guy destroyed. So it's very basic. It's quite rock paper scissors. There is a somewhat, yeah, there's a good variety of weapon upgrades and different active abilities. available to purchase, but as was the case with FTL, you're on the mercy of the RNG. In this game, you can have a good run, or you can be completely screwed out of resources and items by the game. And that's where the rogueliteness comes in. And this guy totally says YOLO. Not one for juvenile humor, I guess, or I'd like to think of myself as that, but he does say YOLO. Alright, let's get this annoying guy dealt with. Let's get my Lancer shooting at this guy. Didn't do much. So I'm gonna just destroy this little guy first. This is gonna lessen the DPS of the enemy. And now I'm in a bad spot here because my scout is getting attacked quite harshly there. So I'm gonna try to pull him out as far as possible and just deal with the danger with my Lancer and Assault only. So let's get that lance going. Now and okay, I'm gonna now pull everybody closer to my assault so we can quickly destroy the enemy fighters. Turning takes a little bit of time, so you actually have to watch for your ship's headings and remember where they are pointed at. And this guy, it's a little bit the scout is a little bit confusing to watch and look where the front is. I guess if you play Eve, you are quite accustomed to the asymmetric designs, and actually works for a scout because it looks like it has some kind of a radar array. So let's move our YOLO assault ship back a little bit. Let's get this guy dealt with as fast as possible. There we go. That should do it. Or he can regenerate his shield and be a total pain in the arse. So let's fix that with my scout. And let's get shooting at the other ship we got left. So 3, 2, 1 second to my photon blast. Let's get that lance going and let's finish off this wave. I don't think I don't feel the capture speed gets. I don't think the amount or number of your ships in the spot speeds it up, but the objective is achieved. We got everybody is operational. We got some much needed scrap out of this, and let's go. That took a lot of time. Most of the combat sectors don't take as much as from like what I can tell from the several runs I did off camera. So a recent compromise operation met the Akari objective of securing several supply lines in this sector at the expense of supporting local supply depots, like the one in this system. However, this depot may still have some items worthy of trade. The only attachment we can buy here is force targeting, but it can only be installed on dreadnought ships. It focuses all enemy ships in the target area to target you with their weapons. I guess this is a active tanking kinda ability. That would be quite useful, but I don't tend to use dreadnoughts. I might try several different runs later, but I don't wanna spend too much time on stuff that is still changed, still balanced. You arrive to find a cluster of Orthani-controlled space stations. Each station's docking bay shows signs of regular use. Standardized military freight airlocks suggest high volumes of Orthani supplies pass through here. So we can order the fleet to attack, hail the station and demand immediate surrender. Order the fleet to stay clear of the station until you jump. In order to gain supplies, pretend to be a defector. Let's try the smart-ass route. So in order to gain supplies, let's talk like a defector. You broadcast a stolen Orthani ident, saved for just such an occasion. I must say I'm quite smart. Didn't even know that I had it saved. And open a Visicom link to the station commander. She stares at you with contempt. So Nakari Kaldwulf, okay, I think that's an insult, has come to beg at my table. I understand that only Orthan has the wisdom to use the Ark. I fight for the Orthani now. So this is what a Transformer would say to a Decepticon, I guess. You will not allow the Akari to be insulted. Repay her with force. So let's follow through. She spits down the link. You think I'm an idiot, Akari? I see through your childish ruse. She gives the order for Orthani warships to attack. Oh well. Let's capture the Orthani controlled space stations then. So it's 3 stations again. And let's do the same thing we did last time. So I'm gonna... Actually, okay. That answers which ship I'm gonna target first. Actually, that's... Whoops. It's already going. So there's that. Oh, that ship actually lost some of its hull. This is actually quite cool. Yeah, they do seem to lose parts of their hulls. That's really quite interesting. Alright, this guy made a grave mistake of appearing without shield. He's gonna get punished for it swiftly. But now I need to start moving because I'm getting my ass kicked by those little rockets there. This guy thinks he's a smartass. This guy thinks he can regenerate shields like that, but I'm gonna show him just how wrong he was. Alright, this guy is done. So let's move around this bigger guy here. Let's try and regenerate our shields on the scout, but it's actually quite scary what is going on to with our assault. So we're not gonna play around much more. Let's do our tride combo. So lance, photons, and we're good. I'm gonna try and move away a little bit now. This was enough to regenerate our shields again. And again. Nice and steady. Yeah, that was 2 waves of enemies. That was quite scary. My assault is down to half structure, which is not ideal, to say the least. No, I don't want to pull something needlessly, so let's just make sure we have a clear route around these mines here, and that's what I wanted to avoid. So let's halt my Lancer and let's kill this guy first. Nice and swift. Nope. I'm gonna keep my scout around so that the guy does not regenerate shields, or if he does, I'm gonna be quick to respond to that. Let's keep moving my assault around as well, and there goes the regeneration, and there goes our lance. Nice and easy. I do like the Homeworld Battlestar Galactica kind of a themed music here. Just war drums, some tribal, some heavy tribal shit going on. No, I do like it. It's how it should be. I can see the criticism this game is gonna get. Well, it's not very original. It's actually just very solid, I think. And the fidelity is higher than FTL's, but the designs themselves are not as strong. Like, those are strong silhouettes, but I think the busy overall theme of the game actually detracts a little bit from the designs. So I'm gonna get an angle on this little guy here. Should be enough to destroy him. Now let's do something about those shields on this guy. Very good. Get an angle on that guy here. Let's get another lance going. Actually, let's pull out this lancer here. Oops. Regenerated shields just in time. See, without this scout, I don't think you can do much, actually. Because those shields are really changing the tide of battle. If they kick in with the regeneration at a bad point. And I'm not quite sure what the indicator, the AoE kind of ring means. I'm gonna have to go to the official forums or something and check that. Right. Usually those guys are small and pack a big punch, so let's get rid of them first. Just let's do it before shields kick in again. And see, that was the enemy scout doing to me what I did to the enemy earlier, so that's very scary here. Oops. I'm gonna have to keep moving because I'm almost dead on my assault ship. And I wouldn't want to get killed here, but my shield regenerated. Can turn around and destroy that ship. That was very scary. Like, I'm gonna have to be mindful of the enemy. Actually, let's hold this. I'm gonna have to be mindful of enemy scouts stripping me of shields like that. But I like the fact that the enemy can do the same to me as I do to him, to them. It's not like I have some special powered ships. Alright, so we get another force here. That's gonna miss, so I'm gonna destroy this scout before it regenerates the ability to get rid of my shields. Now I'm just waiting for the enemy shields to kick in. There it goes. Boom. Zap. Kapow. And that's done. So let's move ever so slowly. Actually, not so slowly. Looks like the shields do regenerate if there is a little bit of the shield left. Nope, let's cancel that. So it regenerates slowly when there's a little bit of that shield left, but if it's completely depleted, it takes a little bit of time to kick in back to full. So I'm gonna keep that in mind as well. There's not much more strategy to speak of here. Looks like it's just timings and good use of active pause, synchronizing your ship's abilities. And I do like the effects. I do like the sounds. They're very meaty. Do sound like huge batteries. Yeah, burst cannons, so standard issue cannon. I do like that there is not much of a. Most of that is kinetic and missiles. I do dislike beams, and especially Star Wars crazy separated beams. I do like an occasional ion kind of thing. Now that hurt a little bit. We're gonna have to be very careful with our lance ship, as it is now stripped of its shields completely. Let's finish off this enemy lance frigate as well, and let's prepare for another attack on this carrier. You hold. There goes the shield, and here goes my lance again. That's gonna be it. And now let's pull everybody closer to the assault ship. So maybe move out of this red ring. There's not a lot of structure left on my assault ship there, but there's not much we can do about that right now. I think a tech ship can, or the pulsar, one of those can heal my ships. So that's a scout. Then I'm gonna need to miss my... No, that's not a scout, that's a lance ship, I think. No, that's the enemy pulsar, I think. So let's keep moving. Let's wait for this guy to stop its movement. Very good. Let's get him lanced. Very nice. Now let's move back. With my scout deal with the annoying little guy here. Zoinks! And that's gonna be that. I'm gonna wait here for my shields to recharge and then go to the last station. This really takes a longer time than I expected. My previous playthroughs of the first sector went very much faster. Okay, that works. Three seconds to another lance. Oops. Unfortunately, him regenerating most of his shields took away a lot of my firepower. So now let's just keep shooting at this carrier. And destroy those remaining fighter jets. Yeah, it does take a lot of time. I guess it's quite, maybe not unbalanced in this way, but it does seem like the playthroughs vary a good deal. Feels a little bit more varied in the amount of time I spend on these sectors here than compared to FTL, but it's gonna make for a more interesting first look, quick look kind of a video, so I'm not complaining. Scanners show us a lone Orthani ship downed close by, badly damaged and vulnerable. It was likely once part of a much larger fleet, but alone it finds itself easy prey. If you don't take it, pirates will. Let's hail the ship and tell them to surrender, or we can take the ship by force. The response you receive comes with an old Akari indent code attached. Commander, we're an Akari deep cover team, posing as Orthani in order to infiltrate their fleet. Please move on before you expose us. It's an obvious trick, attack immediately. Let's contact High Command to check their story. The High Command denies any knowledge of such an infiltration team. Okay, let's attack these lying Orthani. Let's find and destroy the crippled Orthani ship. And we do have an objective to destroy all enemy ships, and that means, of course, there's gonna be additional forces. Fortunately, there's no friendly fire, so that's one nice thing. And now I would just like for this storm to end, because it absolutely destroys my FPS for some reason. I guess the game is not optimized as much as I would like to. I think this storm really killed my, not only my FPS but also my Lancer's shield. Right. Let's go down, because this looks like a dead end here. So let's check. Let's check it first. Yeah, and I want to kill this guy. Looks like an assault or a pulsar kind of thing. Whoops. Fortunately, my Lancer was very heavily attacked here. I'm gonna try and pull him away. Lance this guy. De-shield the carrier here. And we should be okay. But not really, because my Lancer is getting damaged quite badly. Unfortunately, the shields kicked in just the right time. Still quite concerning what's going on. And I think I just photon blasted my own assault ship. I didn't know that was actually possible, but got another pesky shield recharge on the enemy. But I think we can deal with that by the use of our lance ship. Now let's get that potato-looking Orthani ship destroyed. And this is on closer examination, this doesn't look like quite a recognizable design. I guess I like the Akari ships more. They do look more like they are supposed to do what they are supposed to do. The Orthani ships look quite I guess they look too, not inexplicable, but they don't look like what they are supposed to do. I'm still not entirely sure what is which one of those is the carrier, which one of those is the Lancer. Yeah, the Eve influence in the shape of the ships is quite noticeable as well. Right. Let's get that lance. Let's finish off this little guy here. And now we can play. Let's pull out the Lancer, because it's, as usual, it got targeted by the enemy fighters. Actually, I do have to pull him out quite a long way. Now this is scary. I left my scout too close. Now I allowed him to regenerate the shield. So that's no good. Let's help out. Let's make a makeshift shield remover out of this ion beam here. Not beam, but fusion lance, I guess. It's always quite confusing when you're playing a space game and it uses a little bit of a different nomenclature. I don't know what you're used to. Alright, this is scary. My structure on Ayora and Sumanik, so my Lancer and my Scout, are quite low, but we found the Othani stranded ship, and we've destroyed it, and that's gonna be it for the sector, I guess. Very nice. So fortunately, this one got us out of the sector without killing all the other spawns, so that's good. I got some resources, some scrap, that's good. I got siege missiles, so slow firing but powerful missiles. I think I'm gonna install them on the assault. That's interesting. And you also can make a double missile ship, so I'm gonna actually do that, and I'm gonna try it in a different playthrough because I want to have my conventional turrets. But this just shows you can get a little bit of variety in the assault ships depending on what items you get. So as this sector got a little bit longer than I anticipated, I'm not gonna go anywhere else. I'm just gonna go to the end of the sector, gonna show off the world or the galaxy map. It really is like FTL with the Akari controlled, Orthani controlled kind of thing. I don't like explaining things like this is something meets something, but this is what it is. The background is very nice. It's also very reminiscent of Homeworld. All in all, a very solid game, unfinished as of yet. You can see the cutoff point, end of alpha here, and you cannot save at any point yet. It is planned in the nearest update though, and I actually do recommend it. The game looks quite shallow, or simple, maybe is a better word to explain that, but it's very solid in all the art, gameplay, angles, I guess, characteristics. And it's also quite cheap, and it's gonna be cheap only until Tuesday 15th, if I'm correct? No, Tuesday 17th. I'm gonna put that into the description of February 2015. Right, this has been Distant Star Revenant Fleet. I'm gonna make a series after the game is a little bit more polished, and of course you can after you can save the game. So see you next time.